Whoa. Mr. Mann.
What?
What's wrong with your nose?
Oh, no. You can see it?
What is that?
Oh, my gosh. I didn't know you could see it.
One side's way bigger than the other
I know.
side, and there's
I know.
what's hanging out that?
I got a cheese stick up my
A
nose.
cheese stick? How did you get a cheese stick?
I was walking and I fell, okay? I just
fell on a cheese stick?
Yes. It's normal. Everybody falls on cheese
Mr.
sticks.
Mann.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh my
I didn't
God.
know you could see it, though.
How does this happen?
Does
to
it
you,
look
Mr.
bad?
Mann?
Does it look bad?
It looks really far up there, like your whole right side of
It
your
feels
nose
like
is
it's touching my
swollen,
brain a
Mr.
little bit.
Mr. Mann, your eyes are watering.
I
like,
can't help it.
Well, how have you not gotten this out?
Well, I tried to, but it just kept going up farther because it's so big.
I
I
see
pushed
that.
my finger up, and then I could feel it at the back of my throat. Like it makes me gag.
Okay.
It's like it's in the back of my throat. Oh my God.
Okay.
Get it out.
Tweezers.
Get it out.
We need tweezers. Okay.
You have tweezers?
Okay, calm down. I'm gonna look.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Okay. I don't have tweezers. Mr. Mann, I don't know. Do you want to go to the doctor?
I think I need to go to the doctor.
I think you need to calm down too. Just calm down. Okay.
Okay.
Can you breathe okay?
It tastes pretty good. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
You're listening to the Josh Mann Podcast, featuring director extraordinaire Josh Mann. Well, welcome, listeners. Oh, I can breathe so much better now.
I don't know why I got so scared, Mr. Mann. Like, part of it, I was like, okay, he's joking. He's joking.
Oh,
He
no.
doesn't-
No, it was
I
terrifying.
don't know why I thought it was a joke. I should know by
I
now.
had one whole nose was just clogged up completely. And
Yeah,
like
well-
you don't realize like how precious each nose is. And like when the one was completely clogged, the other one had to do like twice the amount of work.
Yeah,
and
your nostrils. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird, I'm sure. But man, I didn't know what to do. Like,
I didn't either. And then I got thinking, okay, well, what if I start like eating like mashed potatoes or something? I mean, it could be anything. And it got stuck in my throat. Now I can't breathe out of my nose and I can't breathe out of my mouth. And then what do I do? And all I could think about was like when MacGyver took a pen and he did like a tracheotomy on somebody. And I was like, I hope I have a pen handy if I start
Mr.
choking.
Mann.
And it was so bad.
Well, I'm so glad we avoided that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking the whole time we were in the car, like, are we really driving to the ER right now to get a cheese stick out of Mr. Mann's nose?
Yeah, well,
But
here it is. I mean,
and you kept it. You
yeah,
kept it too.
yeah. I mean, it's in a baggie, and I just thought, nobody's gonna believe me unless I can show them.
Do you think we could throw it away now, though? Because I don't really like looking at it as much.
but like I'm gonna
really.
tell people like for the rest of my life, and I need to be able to show them because this was like a life and death situation,
I
need the evidence,
Man.
and you can tell by looking at it that it was somewhere it's not supposed to be.
I don't like looking at it.
Oh, and it's weird though. Look at it, like it looks
on
like it
the
was kind of
table.
melted a little bit.
Oh.
Like my brain is really hot, probably from all the thinking that I do, and it like started to melt the cheese in there.
Anyway, Mr. Mann, what are we going to talk about today? Not the cheese.
No,
please.
not the cheese. Funny thing. My plan was to talk about kind of what a day in the life of a filmmaker looks like, and I was going to just kind of give an example of me, the master filmmaker, what a day in the life looks like. Now, typically, I don't have to go to the ER and get cheese out of my nose. That rarely ever happens. But I thought, why don't I just share with our listeners what a typical day for a master filmmaker looks like. So,
okay, yeah.
Sound good?
That does sound good.
So most days, I wake up and then I get my day started right away. I like make some sanka. And,
what's that?
It's a powdery coffee that you mix in hot water.
Oh.
Because my coffee maker died, and so I have to use the sanka. And then me and Sparky will like do just some exercises, kind of get our bodies
that's
awake.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll do a
that's
little
really good.
jumping jacks, and that's pretty much all we do. We do some
All
jumping
right.
jacks, and then I'll go out and I'll make a movie. And then by that time I'm like really hungry, and so then it's like, I should do something for breakfast because breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right?
Mr. Mann, did you make a movie before breakfast?
Yeah, most
regularly?
days I do. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay. How do you even do that? Like, are we talking like a short
What
film or like
I mean, I
ideas
I
or?
feel like I talk about that like every week that we do the podcast. Like
Well,
it's
yeah.
not so easy. I can just say like in one podcast how I make a movie, and then I watch some TV,
Mm-hmm.
and then like sometimes like on Wednesdays I
Mm-hmm.
come in here and then we do a podcast.
Right. Yeah.
But that's usually after breakfast. I like to
Fulfillment.
take naps
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like
Okay.
naps make my brain work better. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I have my best ideas when I'm sleeping.
Really? So,
Yeah.
like, you have pretty cool dreams, and
I
then
really don't ever remember them, but I
Oh.
feel like they're really good. Like when I wake up, I'm like, oh, I think I just had a great idea.
So, do you think, like, your dreams inspire your movies, even though you don't really remember them? Just like,
That sounds like a bunch of hippie stuff, but
oh,
maybe I don't know.
okay.
Like I mean, I do find myself inspiring in a lot of ways. Like I probably when I think of who inspires me the most, and I think like there's some amazing people in the world, and even like dead people that are inspirational. Like
Inspirational.
yep, oh
Gandhi.
yep. There's Gandhi
Mother
and
Teresa.
Mother Teresa, both of
Martin
them.
Luther King.
Martin Luther, yes, all of
Yeah.
them. And then there's me, and I feel like you put those four things together, and like Gandhi and Mother King and then me, and what else do you need? Like
Right.
and so like I find so much inspiration from me and those guys. I would advise all of you out there, like after you take your afternoon naps, find something that inspirables you, and then make that inspirational a daily routine.
Wow. And how do you kind of wrap up your evenings, like after you eat Cheetos?
Then I'll usually like I'll play a board game.
Okay. With
Some
some friends and
Sparky.
okay. Nice.
And sometimes I've got an online community.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yep.
didn't know that.
Yep.
Is it like a filmmaker like chat room and you guys like bounce ideas around?
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
like when I start to give them my advice, then a lot of creative people are emotional and they get their
Oh.
feelings hurt easy. And so like they tell me their ideas, and I try to give them better ideas because theirs are usually stupid.
Oh.
And they don't
Wow.
want to hear my ideas. So sometimes I get kicked out of the group, but you know what? That's on them.
Yeah.
And
I
better
mean,
for
yeah.
me to get kicked out, because why would I want to be in there with people who don't know how to be smart like me?
I guess, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, hey, they could be stealing your ideas this whole time,
Oh my
wouldn't
gosh, I
they?
didn't even think about that.
Oh, what?
Do you think they've done that?
No, no, I don't think so. Other creative people just
Oh my gosh.
come up with their own ideas.
I want to say Larry and June are both in that group. If you guys have stolen anything of mine,
Oh,
I am going to come after you with the force of the American army. And I am
Mr.
going
Man, I
to
don't-
kick in your door, and I'll probably even like,
Mr. Man.
I don't know. I was going to say slice your throat, but that might be too far.
Yeah,
but
that is.
I'll at
'cause
least-
I didn't
you'll
mean
go
to
to
put that
jail for
idea
the
in
rest of your
head.
life.
Oh,
So don't you dare steal my stuff. Larry, you know who you are, and I'm sure you listen to this because you're so jealous of me.
Mr. Man.
Oh,
I didn't mean to put that idea in your head. And
no, I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad you brought it up.
I don't think they do that. They're creative people themselves. They got their own
no,
ideas.
No,
and
they've
you've
got
your
stupid ideas. They have
and-
stupid ideas. I tell them that every single time. Larry had this stupid idea about a time travel movie. It was so stupid. I told him, I said, Larry, that's stupid. And then he kicked me out of the group because apparently he started the group so he gets to say who's in there. It's stupid.
How do you wrap up your evenings after the chat and after the board game? Do you just go bed and that's?
No, I
that's
usually
the
don't go
end?
to bed ever.
You don't?
No, like I usually I'll fall asleep somewhere in the house, wherever I happen to be at. But I always wake up in my bed. It's weird. I must get there eventually, but
You sleepwalk maybe.
I don't know.
I'm glad you make it to work every day, Mr. Man. You go through a lot in a day.
I sure do. I totally see why I'm such an inspirational person to myself.
You do have a unique life.
Talk about it. Yep.
Wow. Today's episode is sponsored by Polka and More. Gotta get your boogie on? Well, jiggy down to Polka and More. Dance with professional performers or even just your friends. Grab your gal pals and spend the night dancing under the stars. Get your groove on with Polka and More. Well, thank you, Polka and More, for sponsoring the Josh Mann podcast.
Well, as usual, thank you to our sponsors for sponsoring the Josh Mann podcast. If you would like to sponsor our podcast, Bethany is here to tell you how.
We've got a phone number, and you can call us at any time. Our number is 347-766-5225. So go ahead and give us a call, or you could check us out on Facebook and leave us a Facebook message.
That is right. So hopefully you have a lot to take away from today's episode. Learn from my daily routine. Now, it doesn't mean you have to do it. Chances are you couldn't do my routine because it's very taxing. But you can find your own. And if you do want to try my routine, that's totally fine as well. Just make sure I get the credit for it if somebody asks what you're doing.
Okay, yeah.
It's been quite a day, hasn't it?
It has. And maybe part of your routine could be staying away from cheese sticks in the morning.
I don't know. I really like cheese sticks.
Yeah,
I'm going to take this one home with me just so I I have it to show people and I have a testimony to tell of my survival.
Oh man, I don't want to look at it anymore. So you go for it.
Okay,
take that home. Ugh.
I hope Sparky doesn't get a hold of it. You've been listening to the Josh Mann podcast, featuring director extraordinaire Josh Mann.